Hi designers, let's create this flexible color dress together. It has two parts. One is the shawl dress and the other one is the creative color that we can customize, and we can make a few of them and we can wear them together to different occasions to always basically make a different dress out of it and a different outfit. All right, let's get into it. You cut your patterns. Yours look more likely like the ones on the right side because I have graded them with all the sizes. I create the muslin just to check the fit and make sure everything looks right. Here I'm trying to see if my colors fit under the dress. This is a midnight recording, so excuse my pajamas. All right, so these are some of the colors that I have created and I think they're really cute, and I try some more serious ones. Now let's start cutting on the actual fabric. I set up my patterns. This is the front that I have sewn together, and now I'm starting with the back. Make sure you match your notches and you cut to see where they are. Now I'm going to make sure I mark my back placket, and I'm going to cut right here in the middle until the mark I have created. Okay, so this is how your back should look like. All right, now I'm going to put the princess lines for the back part and pin, and then of course start sewing. I have the front and back sewn together, and I also use the serger. I'm going to cut all these parts, and then I am going to connect the shoulder parts. Okay, all sewn, and now I'm going to attach the sleeve. After I sewn the undersleeve, I am going to make a notch right here at the top, right in the middle, and turn it inside out and tuck it inside like this. And I'm going to start pinning all around. The same for the other side. Okay, now I'm going to do the placket part. I'm going to press really well. I'm going to need 2 of these. My fabric is fraying so much as soon as I cut it. Okay, I have 2, and I'm going to connect one like this. As you can see, I already serged because my fabric is fraying so fast. And now I'm just gonna go and pin the part like this at the bottom, starting at the bottom. Now you can tell how I have sewn this, just like this. The other part, I'm just gonna overlap it like this. So in this case, it's going to go right on top. So let's pin here. Now, after I sew both parts, I'm just gonna press very well. That's where the buttons and the buttonholes are gonna go. If you want to add a high collar, you have the pattern for that too. In my case, I just double folded all around the neckline with a baby hem. I am starting to cut the patterns for my creative color and the under part. So these are my patterns. Of course, yours are going to be the digital ones. They're all neat, great looking. These are the initial ones that I created, test my patterns. And then I'm going to start cutting on fabric. Okay, just cutting all around. Okay, so here are all the colors that I have created. They all have different styles. This is very whimsical. This has an embroidery. This one is bought from Amazon. This one has all these cool buttons. This is an embroidered one again, and this has these cool butterflies. So let's test the first one. So I also have fusible interfacing. So please follow the instructions of the patterns when you're cutting. I'm going to have them connect like this, and I'm going to stitch and then sew all around. I'm going to pin first, and then I'm going to, okay, so this is my collar. Let's pin everything. I'm going to sew. Okay, So this is my color. As you see, it has a fusible interfacing. I'm going to change the way I do this. I'm going to put the fusible interfacing on top instead of the bottom. And this is another version that I created with a different, more round color as well. Make sure you press the seams on the outside like this, so it's flat and nice, and use a little steam. And look how good and perfect it looks. Okay, so now I have the other patterns as well. So I'm going to sew the shoulders first. Actually, I realize I need to fold this part. After we sew the shoulders, right, I'm going to double fold the front placket. And I realize I think I need some interfacing in the middle to make it sturdier. So I'm only just going to put one layer on the inside like this. Okay, so let's just cut it down. Okay, so I double fold it. I put the interfacing in, secured it in place, and then I just stitch right on the edge like this. And this is how it looks on the outside. Now I'm going to create this baby hem all the way around, so I have a nice clean finish, even though this part is not visible on the outside. It's just, you know, aesthetically pleasing, and it's really nice to have it this way. Okay, so I've done all this. This is the final part, and now I have a stand-up collar plus the actual collar. So this is how it's going to go basically. This is the stand-up collar. I'm going to mark the middle. To pin all around and sew. Okay, so this is what I have here. I only sew the sides like this to make it easy. So there's different ways to sew a stand-up collar and a collar, but this is the way that I find that the easiest for people to sew. I just wanted to show you how it's going to look like. And now I have the actual collar. So one side is going to go to one part of the colors, and the other part is going to go to the other side of the stand-up collar. Because I want to create, the important part is to have a very clean finish. Make sure you match your notches at the center, the middle, and I'm starting pinning like this. Okay, I have one part. Okay, now I am going to sew on this other side too. Okay, so now I've sewn this part too, and now I am going to make sure I edge stitch the bottom part as well. Okay, I am going to pin here like this. Okay, so I have it all pinned out. It's like right near the edge for a nice clean finish. And yeah, that's it. And that's the back. Pretty cute, huh? Under your arms, so this way it stays in place. And you can also add buttons at the center front. All right, I am gonna go to one of the Goodwills and get some shirts that I can modify, and I can create different ways to use them. So let's go get them. Let's go get some new clothes. Let's see what we can find. Okay, we have the goods, and let me show you what I got. So I can use a neckline of this shirt too, and this one. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut this, but first we need to wash all of them before we start this.